The city of Lagos was always busy, horns blaring, people rushing, and lights flashing. But for Ifeanyi, Michael, Adora, and EJ, this year was different. They were going to their hometown, Obosi, for the famous Ofala Festival. A festival they had only heard about but never witnessed. As their bus rumbled through the dusty road, they talked about all the fun activities they were going to have. As they arrived, they were welcomed by some villagers and their grand aunt, Auntie Obegiriako. They settled in and had a wonderful meal of roasted yam and palm oil. After which, their grand aunt took them to the village square. And while they were there, she whispered, "I know that you have come to witness the Ofala Festival. However, you cannot see the true Ofala until the spirits of the land accept you. You must prove you are worthy," she said mysteriously. Ada said. "Prove that we are worthy? How?" "You have to go through a test." "A test? What kind of test?" Auntie Obegiriako pointed towards the big dark forest behind the village. "The elders have spoken. If you want to see the Ofala, you must go into the forest of echoes and bring back the feather of the ancestors before sunrise." The villagers gasped. "The forest of echoes?" Michael whispered. "Isn't that the place with ghosts?" Adora held his hand. "Maybe it is just a story." Auntie Obegiriako said nothing, only smiling knowingly as the festival drum, Ikolo, beats louder. The test had begun. With only a small lantern, the children stepped into the forest. The moment they entered, everything went silent. No wind, no birds, no voices, just silence. Then whispers. "Turn back," a voice said. "You are not ready," another whispered. Ifeanyi, the eldest, stood tall. "Do not be scared. It is just a test." Adora pointed ahead. "Look." A path lit up before them, glowing like fireflies. Holding hands, they followed it deeper into the forest. Before they could reach the golden feather, 3 tests awaited them. First, the gate of truth. A big wooden gate stood in their way. A masked figure appeared and spoke. "To pass, you must answer this. What does the Ofala Festival truly mean?" Michael blurted out, "It is a festival for the kings." The mask shook its head and said, "Half truth." Adora thought for a while and said, "It is a time to honor our ancestors." The mask tilted and said, "Closer." Ifeanyi remembered Auntie Obegiriako's words. Ofala is when the king, the people, and the ancestors come together to bless the land. The mask nodded and the gate opened. As they walked further, EJ suddenly stopped everyone. A shimmering pool blocked their way. When they looked in, their reflection was strange. Michael's reflection looked angry. Adora's was crying. Ifeanyi's looked worried. EJ's looked scared. "Why do we look different?" EJ asked. A voice from the water answered, "To see the Ofala, you must understand yourself." One by one, the children spoke about their feelings. Michael sometimes felt unsure. Adora did not always feel heard. Ifeanyi worried about failing. EJ was afraid of being alone. As they accepted their feelings, the water sparkled and disappeared. At last, they reached a giant tree. A golden feather sat at the top. But suddenly, a great owl with red eyes swooped down. "Who dares take the feathers of the ancestors?" it asked. Ifeanyi bowed. "We come with respect. We wish to see the Ofala." The owl stared at them. "Why do you deserve it?" The children spoke together. "Because we honor our ancestors, our people, and our traditions." The owl flapped its wings and dropped the golden feathers into Adora's hand. They took the feathers and walked towards the village. As they stepped out of the forest, the first rays of sunlight touched the village. The drums thundered. The oracle stood at the palace gates. "They have passed the test," he declared. The elders clapped. The people cheered. With the feathers of the ancestors, the children were led to the front to witness the true Ofala. As they sat, the oracle announced the entrance of the king. The king stepped out in his royal regalia, adorned with red coral beads and a crown. The biggest masquerade in Igbo land, called Ijele, led the king to where he poured libation to the gods, prayed to the ancestors, and blessed the land. The king declared the festival open. Different masquerades and dance troupes made presentations. The children were excited, and they danced to their satisfaction. They had come to witness Ofala Festival, but ended up being part of the story.